Ransomware attacks have hit 34% of state and local government organizations this year, with nearly half paying more than the original ransom demand. To break it down for us, we have Aaron Bugle from Sophos and Daniel Van Zandt from Frost & Sullivan. So Aaron, what makes government systems particularly vulnerable to ransomware attacks today?
Governments are particularly vulnerable to ransomware attacks for a couple of big reasons. One of them is they've got a lot of data, a lot of very sensitive information, given the nature of their business, to protect citizens, and they've been empowered to do so. The amount of information, the sensitivity of information that they keep makes them a prime target for cyber criminals and ransomware operators. A lot of the red tape involved in changing processes and policies within governments as well can also exacerbate the problem by giving cyber criminals more time to craft their attacks.
Governments at the state and local level suffer from underfunding for the past few years. Any funding they've had has been focused on just basic firewalls or basic cyber defenses, whereas ransomware attacks have actually gotten more sophisticated, easier to implement, and much easier for attackers to do at an exponential rate, and leaving state and local governments just unable to keep up.
So given this, Danielle, what potential impacts do these attacks have on state and local government?
From the state and local government level, it could be a complete disruption of operations. So for citizens and public, they could be cut off from essential services, unable to do online bill pay, or even access specific government services. And then, of course, the follow-on impacts from these downtimes as the governments have to work to recover their data, but also get back to normal operations. And depending how long that takes, that can be incredibly costly for them.
So ransomware provides a big opportunity for cyber criminals to impact not only government organizations, but everybody associated with the breach. Typically, the information captured on users that can be leaked to the wider internet public. That information can be made for sale. And that government organization can really feel the impact from not only the cyber criminal, but also from the individuals whose data has been breached, and government regulators who are hell-bent on ensuring that information is not lost to cyber criminals. And that really leads to probably one of the most immeasurable impacts that one can look at is the public backlash, the reputational impact that breaches are now typically bringing to organizations of any shape and size, particularly government organizations, because they are so well scrutinized by not only government regulators, but by the public as well. And that can leave a long-lasting impression on that government body's reputation and their ability to keep information secret and really cause problems in the future.
And in order to prevent backup compromise in the future, Aaron, do you have recommendations on best ways or practices?
A lot of the emphasis for organizations, especially government, is to look inside of their own environment and treat backup systems like critical infrastructure. Typically, critical infrastructure brings a whole host of other regulations and controls and oversight, but it's actually really good practice to ensure that these systems remain A, protected, and B, they can be relied upon when the inevitable strikes, which is ransomware or some form of cyber attack from a cyber criminal, so that they can utilize the informations within their backup systems to restore compromised data and effectively evade any ransom demands.
First off, most state and local governments need to just ensure they have a backup. Knowing what is a normal, good operational standard that can then be gone back to when an attack occurs, that will be the first key to ensuring that there's no compromise. And then from there, ensuring that any backups that are saved are further analyzed to ensure that they haven't been compromised in the time that they've been stored.
Thank you so much for these very helpful insights, and thank you for joining us today, Aaron and Danielle.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Once again, those were Aaron Bugle, Field Chief Technology Officer for APJ at Sophos, and Danielle Van Zandt, Research Manager at Frost & Sullivan. For more news, visit govmedia.com.